Okay, tubers and tubettes. My name is David. I live up in Northern California, and I love California. I'm on the nature trail now, so I wanted to make a quick video. And this has to do with my weight loss. So my goal was starting out at 220, and my goal was to get down to 200. And it's been about 21 days. And at my last weigh-in on Friday, I weighed 211, so I was down 9 pounds. I attribute most of it to my diet, intermediate fasting, and then also 10,000 steps a day. Like today, I'm doing my steps right now, and I would much rather not be doing this. It's kind of tiring every day. So I've got to make that transition after I hit 200, which could quite possibly be, I would say, around the 20th of February, maybe a little later. I don't think I'm going to have to go all the way to March. And what am I going to do after that? So my plan first was to lose this fat, and that's what I'm doing. And then my plan after that is to start building some muscle. So I need to transition from when I hit 200 pounds to doing muscle building. And I'm more familiar with that because I used to be a weightlifter and was kind of into it quite a bit when I was in the Navy. But what I guess I'm thinking is that I'm going from intermediate fasting, which is just eating between the hours of 12 and 6. And when you're doing weightlifting, you know, some guys, they eat every 5 hours. I'm not going to do that. But when I get up, I'm going to need to eat before I go weightlift. And so my thought is to make up a lot of my protein that I have to build up in terms of protein shakes, power shakes, we call it. And so I've already kind of looked at how many grams of protein I have to have. I'm still going to eat healthy with salads, but I'm also going to eat with a combination of chicken and then also fish, because I do like fish. So I've got to get protein that way. And then my weightlifting, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with at least a 30-minute on the treadmill to get myself all kind of warmed up, my legs and also my arms stretching a little bit. And then I'm going to go and work out in the weightlifting part of it, which I like free weights because I like the balance. I like to be able to not only lift heavy weights, but be able to have balance on it. And on those kind of weight days, I'm going to break it down between legs and upper body. In the upper body, I'll be breaking it down between chest and back. And then on the legs, it'll be mostly like leg lifts and extensions, you know, on a weight machine to weight press. And then another day will be squats. Squats is really supposed to be one of the best all-around weight training techniques, so I think that'll be good for my lower back and everything. So my idea is to do, let's say, upper body, chest, and arms one day. So I do a 30-minute workout on the treadmill, and then I'm going to go into chest and arms. Now the next day, I could go and work out my legs, because you need to have at least a day in between to let it relax, you know, let it recoup. And so I can go back the next day and work just strictly on my legs. And then that way I can get more time lifting weights. It says really that you need to have maybe a whole day in between the weightlifting. So maybe when I do that, legs one day, chest one day, next day doing legs. Then the next day I could take it off. That'll give my body a chance to recoup. And they're still saying that you need to have your protein on those days. So it's mostly rest and recoup. And then I'll be able to go back into my back and arms and then go into squats the next day. And then I'll have another day off after I do both of those. Now, a lot of it just depends on the intensity. And I want to try to do it intense. I'm thinking like 30 minutes. And I usually do high amounts of weight with low reps, usually like around 5. So that's going to be what I'm going to try to accomplish. I had to stop it on the nature trail here because there was a family stopped, and they were, of course, the young boy was trying to chase around some deers. It's always that way. It's always the young men that are doing that, not their sister or anything. The parents aren't saying anything, so I just wanted to stop it so that I could get around them, and I'm going to have to stop again up here too. So I think transitioning from my 10,000 steps to going more like 30-minute on the treadmill, or it could be on the and it could be 30 minutes on the stair stepper or the bicycle. Just 30 minutes to get warmed up. And then I think whether it's arms or legs, I'm going to do a certain amount, maybe 15 minutes on my stomach and lower back, where I do pullovers. So that's kind of my idea, because I would like to have low fat, and then that way I can, when I do gain some weight in terms of working out, part of that will be maybe losing fat, but I think majority of it is going to be gaining muscle, because muscle weighs more than fat. And so I didn't want to start out. There's a lot of weightlifters that are pretty big, but they're also big in terms of fat. So you can kind of tell that they're not taking the aerobics part of it seriously. That's why I really wanted to lose the weight first. And then just got to be careful about not eating a lot of processed sugars, and then also carbs. Those are the two deadly things I have to stay away from. And I think that'll be a good way to try to get into shape. Then even when I'm not working out, my resting metabolism will be higher because my body is supporting more muscle. So you can even lose weight at that point. I'm not trying to get to be like a massive guy with skinny, like a six-pack, that kind of thing. I'm just trying to get healthier, and this is going to be my way to do it. Now, my wife is already telling me she thinks 200 pounds is too light for me, because I'm 6'1", and I've always been around 240. So she might be right, but I'm going to try to make it to 200 because I haven't been there in years. And then I'm going to go right into the weightlifting, probably even before I hit the lower amount. And then I think that'll be really good for my back, my arms. A lot of older people, you see, they have a lot of back issues. And it's because, they don't do any exercise. Then they end up lifting something or moving a wrong way. And then all of a sudden they have a back issue. So that's kind of the reason I'm focusing this way. And that's my overall plan. if I can stick to it like I've stuck to my 10,000 steps a day, then I think that will be a positive. But it will be hard to stop my 10,000 steps a day, because on days like today when I went to church, I don't really feel like going out for 10,000 steps. But I do it because I know it's going to be a positive for me. Hello. I've always thought it was weird whenever I walk past people and they're recording themselves, and here I am doing it. But that's my next journey. Not sure how to measure myself for improvements on weightlifting other than the total amount of weight I can lift. So that's a good indicator too. When I was younger, I used to get a lot of the machines and I could max them out, you know, the stationary or Nautilus machines they call it. But this is going to be free weights. So even the bar weighs 45 pounds. So that's probably how I'll monitor my increase in the strength. And then the body will just be what the body will be. I know the one thing though is I can't be under on my protein intake, because if you're tearing yourself down, your muscle's down. I mean, literally you are tearing the muscle down. Then you need the protein to rebuild it back up. If you don't have it, then you can have, you know, diarrhea, upset stomach, nausea, and I don't want to have that. So it'll be interesting to monitor that. I'm not sure exactly the total grams I need to have, but I'm working that out as I look on the internet, and something good for me. So I can see myself doing 3 protein shakes and maybe even protein bars, but you know, ones with very low sugar and low carbs, because I don't want to go back in those 2 areas. So just wanted to let you guys know that's what I'm doing next. I think it's going to happen here in February, just because I'm already 9 pounds below what my starting weight was, and I just have 11 pounds to go. So thanks for watching, thanks for finding me, and I appreciate your time, and I want you guys to have a great day, and I'll see you soon.